Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Men at Work. Men at Work is a relatively easy game to get your head around. It's very much a dexterity game, so if you're not into dexterity games, you probably won't be into this. However, if you like dexterity games, then this might be right up your alley. The first thing that happens is this card goes in about a quarter of the way through the deck. Once she turns up, because you've worked through the rest of the deck up to her, the first quarter, it's possible to start winning these. The end of the game will happen once someone has won enough of those certificates. So there's 5 of them in a 2-player game, a 3 or 4-player game is 4 of them, and in a 5-player game you're looking for 3 of them. The other markers you have are these guys, also known as safety certificates. You start the game with 3 of them. Each time something hits the table, so we're building on this structure, each time something hits the table, that's the end of your turn. You don't get to continue building, but you also lose 1 certificate. Once you lose all 3 certificates, you're out of the game. Whoever is left at the end of the game with certificates, if everyone else gets knocked out, they would win instead of having to get the awards. If you happen to run out of building materials, then you cannot continue playing, so whoever has the most things. So you add the certificates as well as the awards, and whoever has the most wins the game. The way in which you'll win these awards is by placing something onto the structure that sits the highest. So at the moment, if I was to place that guy on there, that is the highest because his hat is above the higher point previous. If I was to have to place something like one of these guys on there, that is not the highest because this hat is still higher. This would need to get up to here somehow. Now, we all know how to finish the game. How do we play it? It's relatively straightforward. First up, on your turn, you'll turn the top card over. Whatever the marking, the symbol on the back of the next card down is, tells you which of the 2 yellow sections to be using. So because this is a beam, we're using the beam section. The beam section says highest girder. These can all be found in the back of the rulebook. So what they actually mean, if you wish to look them up, I'm not going to go through all of them. The highest girder, whenever it says the word girder, is talking about these pieces. So the piece I place on must be the highest. The other bit of information that this card tells us is what colour pieces to put in. So I have a choice of black or white. And it needs to stay the highest, so I might just put it on like that. That's relatively simple. As the game goes on, obviously the stacking gets a little bit harder as more stuff gets put down. You can't knock things over. The next person's turn, you'll notice there's a hat, which means we're using the bottom part. And that's basically adding a worker. It needs to be added to either the white or an orange girder. So we look at it close to an edge, means you've got to be right on an edge. You add a worker to either the white or the orange girder, right on the edge. Relatively simple. That's pretty much the game. You'll continue on, as I say, until you get to that card, at which point the certificates will start to be, or the awards will start to be handed out as you build the highest piece. So look, I'll leave it there. Please go on and watch my gameplay so you can get a feel for how the game actually plays. It sounds like a relatively easy game, but as with all dexterity games, it can get tricky depending on how it's set up at the beginning and the difficulty levels there. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplaying, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.